Hello team and welcome to 24 editions that would make Red Dead Online the perfect game. We all know that Red Dead Online has a long history of updates, of which some were good and some were a little lackluster. In both cases, most fans still wish there was more content in the game, and I think nobody can blame them, as there is a lot of potential that remains unused by Rockstar games. In this video, we will present you our personal perfect version of Red Dead Online's future that will make Red Dead the game of all games. To make it more comprehensible, we packed our most wanted features into fan-made title updates in the order in which we think they should be released. Let's get started. Okay, so our first content update would be called Living in the West, which adds lots of stuff for experienced players to buy, as there are literally no long-time goals for players to work towards, and new players already get overwhelmed by things to do. Number 1. Customizable houses and mansions. Most players have asked for properties that they can call their home. They don't even have to serve a real purpose. Just make it customizable and add a few activities to have fun with friends. Those properties should cost $10,000s of dollars. Number 2. Buyable ranches. A ranch can be purchased by every player and should cost over 40 gold. It is not too different from the houses, but it can be considered a role. With a ranch, you would have the ability to employ ranch hands to store goods, cattle and horses, to sell them to specific buyers. So it's much like an equivalent to GTA Online's nightclub business. This would unify many roles into one expansive ranch that offers diverse and more strategic sales, and maybe even offer your personal stable. Number 3. Wagons. There are already a lot of wagons and coaches in the game, and it's a mystery to me why we can't just purchase them. They don't need to be practical, but it would be cool. Number 4. Boats. Wagons are already implemented into the game, so why aren't boats? They could be summoned by any shore and would be good for fun races with friends or fishing trips. Number 5. Balloons and flying machines. Sure, it's hard to find something flying in the sky in 1899, but damn, I would love to do it. The air balloon is in story mode already, and the crashed flying machine could make a neat addition if executed properly. Number 6. New ways to sell goods. Trader, moonshine and ranching sales would get a little repetitive by the time. Instead of always driving a stagecoach, add scenarios in which we have to make the delivery on a boat or a train, which we have to defend. Number 7. New games from story mode and the casino riverboat. Adding dominoes, blackjack and five-finger fillet to online shouldn't be that hard, really. I would even open the casino riverboat for high-stakes poker games for rich players who can buy in for $100 or more. Alright, now that we covered mainly buyable additions as long-time motivations, we will talk about the second big addition we'd like to see, the Gunslinger update. This DLC would introduce everything the player base would like to see in terms of outlaw content, and would elaborate on the Blood Money update. Number 8. Buyable gang hideouts and heists. After stealing every jewel for Guido Martelli, he should offer you to buy a gang hideout. If you purchase it for a bit of gold, you will be able to go to this hideout and plan heists. Those heists would offer different approaches that need to be planned other than the opportunities, and they can be compared to the heists we have in GTA Online. Also, a Cayo Perico heist like Angrama would be pretty interesting. Number 9. Hold-ups and robberies in free roam. Players should be able to rob train stores and civilians in free roam without having to start a mission or triggering an event. The payout doesn't need to be special, but it would add to the overall outlaw flair. Number 10. Duels as feuds. I would pay for it if it meant that Rockstar would finally add Western quick draw duels. Beside of a feud that's get offered once a player kills you, a second option should be to duel your opponent. Number 11. A Mexico map expansion. Most players know the map of Red Dead Redemption 2 inside out, and a new location would bring fresh wind to the game. Mexico already is inside the game and only needs a few visual improvements. All in all, this would be an insanely fun update and improve the outlaw feel of the game. The third and last big update we would add is called Fish and Crips. I know, we couldn't come up with a better name. This update would add the following. Number 12, a naturalist fishing expansion. If there's one thing to expand the naturalist role with, then it's legendary fish. Gus would give the player the opportunity to start missions or the ability to find legendary fish around the map, which can be sold for a decent price or be used to craft trinkets, because I can't imagine how fish garment sets would look like. Number 13, a Red Dead Online ROCKSTAR editor. It would be amazing if the community could create their own game modes. That can't be too hard, right? I mean, even GTA Online had it for years now, come on! Number 14, fight clubs. I always love to brawl with my friends, like everywhere on the map. This combat mechanic is by far my favorite and should have its own game mode. Number 15, stores and people in WAPITI and COLTER. Am I the only one who thinks that Amberino and in online is way too empty? WAPITI should be inhabited by the natives and have a butcher and a bait shop. Even COLTER should have some travelers who have a butcher and a fence. This would make the North more popular among players. Now that we discussed all the big content additions we would make, here are some smaller additions and quality of life changes. Number 16. Hold triangle to throw players off their vehicles. It is very annoying that you can only ride together with another player when you're in the same posse. Please change it so this has not to be necessary. Number 17. Fishing from boats. I mean, this is basically what a boat is for. Number 18. Restriction for fast travel. Yeah, this is somewhat personal. I myself use fast travel a lot, which is kind of a problem. I never see specific parts of the map because I always skip them, so fast travel should be somehow restricted so it's not used too frequently. Number 19. Gameplay recording in-game. If gameplay could be recorded in-game, one could move the camera freely when watching the recording. This would allow players to create cinematic masterpieces, which is perfect for this game, and come on! Number 20. No aim assist on consoles. Thanks, I hate it. I know I could turn it off, but I wouldn't stand a chance against other players. Number 21. Crossplay. Number 22. Explosive ammo nerf. Explosive ammunition wouldn't be too bad if it didn't throw you off your feet and make you defenseless for 3 seconds. Number 23. Garment set jackets that match the animal's color. Garment sets look cool, really. They would look cooler though if the color matched the animal. 24. More Wild West clothing and guns. Yeah, so these are all the changes and additions that we think would make Red Dead Online the perfect gaming experience. I know that most of these features are distant dreams, but it's been really fun and a little frustrating to think of what this game could be. If you have any more ideas, please tell us in the comments below, and we hope that you all agree with our list. That being said, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and maybe even consider to become a YouTube team member. Thank you for watching and goodbye.